Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Ernie's going to be talking about minimal market movements, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description where you can find Ernie's education platform. Enjoy guys.
From a week point of view, overall volatility has been up for almost the entire week since the past week. Started rising here on Wednesday and stayed up on Friday, took a big bump on Monday, basically glittered sideways all the way through Tuesday, and Wednesday it shot up again. So we've been going up.
So that's good news, right?
Yeah, but it hasn't been enough to materially affect our big picture. You know, volatility is still relatively low. For instance, if I put on the VIX here and look at it from a daily point of view, VIX is low, super low. Historically, that is, even with this rise, it's still only 14. 14 is like anemic low. And go lower, but you have to go back 3 years before we were at these type of levels. So these little rises and falls, while they're interesting for how we make micro adjustments to our stance, still don't overcome the fact that in the big picture, the volatility regime is still in the basement. And the problem with being here, regardless of what other means, technical means that you're looking at, means that the background noise that is like the normal chatter that's going on with markets and their ups and downs and everything, that noise, which never ceases to exist, whether we're in high volatility or low volatility or Goldilocks zone, is always in the background. And then there's those things that kind of tend to drive the market, the clean signal. When you're in low volatility like this, that noise as a percentage of the clean signal, that ratio starts getting muddled, where it muddles the ability to see those clean signals. And on top of that, it gives you just less meat on the bone from an options point of view, because premiums tend to decay much more quickly by the time you get to that last day. There's not enough meat on that bone to really take a good hold and ride it. So you got less signal, less premium, far more difficult to trade in this environment. That's why I shrink and reduce my exposure. And anytime relative to where I was, it expands a bit, then I'll expand that relative amount.
Do you look at the pricing of different options as how much meat's left on the bone when you're like looking at one strike price versus the one right next to it, and one looks like it's cheaper than the other, might not be the place that you want to be because there's not going to be that much volume on that particular one that's going to get you out when you want to get out?
If I felt like there was an edge in doing that and being that picky, I would do that. So the answer is that maybe there is a way that I can pick specific strikes for very specific reasons because of the pricing, and that would give me an overall advantage. But you got to remember, I've got 4 options that I'm putting together. It's a multi-option strategy, multi-leg strategy. And it's really not the individual options that's important. It's the combination of all of them. So that's even more difficult to do. There's more efficacy in choosing the overall width and ratio of the cost to the potential than there is trying to pick the individual options. Now, again, I submit that if you can show me otherwise, I'd love to hear that. Show me how I can pick specific strikes to give me the most meatiest bone possible that will give me a definitive edge, or at least a greater edge over what I currently am enjoying. Then I'd like to see it. But I'm just saying, over thousands of trades, this is what I found. You don't have to spend too much time stressing over little details like that, because it really doesn't matter.
Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button below. If there's any questions that you might have for Coach Ernie, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Thanks guys.